Hello everyone, in today's video, which is dedicated to advanced players, we will learn how to play against Benko Gambit, d4, knight f3, knight f6, knight f3, c5, d5. So first of all, if you know that your opponent is a big fan of Benko Gambit, it is better to start with knight f3. This is a very important moment. So c5, d5, and now b5. So this is a typical move. But now when the pawn is on c2, it is not so unpleasant for white. Okay, but what to do? What to do? How to play? Bishop g5. The sharpest and the most dangerous move. So black, this position, black has two main two options. First is knight e4, and the second option is queen to b6. Two decent options. So in case of d6 is a W's decision. The reason that after white has to take on f6, he takes f6, e4, a6, very important, a4. So in this position, black doesn't have time for f5, which means that the dark squared bishop will be closed in by its own pawns. And also the queenside pawns are already moved. So yeah, and here very important, this typical reaction, this typical move. This is a this move. This is a typical reaction. So white fights for the c4 square for his knight. Before bishop to d3, a very important move. White should not be allow f5. After which black solves his opening problems. g6, knight b to d2, so bishop g7, short castle, and knight c4, so a5, now knight f to d2, queen c7, f4, knight d7, queen to e1. Now white has a clear plan of regrouping all his pieces on the king side. So bishop a6, queen h4, rook e8, f5. A very important decision. White seemingly gives up the e5 square, but it's more important to keep the dark squared bishop closed off, and again prevent black's main idea, f5. So this is the most important. So this is a very white has a big positional advantage because this white has a clear plan to attack on the king side, and black has to wait. Okay, and so white has a big positional advantage. For this reason, d6 is not is very dubious continuation. So, and more unpleasant, more important for white, more unpleasant is knight to e4. So very important here to play this move. So the idea that the pawn is pinned, and this is very important. So, and now black has two options, queen e5 immediately or bishop to b7. So for example, in case of queen e5, knight b to d2, bishop b7, and now very important, you have to remember this a4 move. So now black's pawn structure, yeah, after b takes e4, black's pawn structure is damaged, and the c4 square is unlocked. So is unlocked for white minor pieces. So c3. White offers the trade of a passive knight for active knight. and in some ways ensures his c4 base. So in case of this, take rook a4, and this is double attack, and the white win the bishop. Okay, and in case of bishop d5, a take b5, again queen d5, very strong move with c4. So black has to come back, and yes, and after e3, white has a clear positional advantage. For example, knight takes, queen takes, bishop b7, bishop e2, so d6, short castle, knight d7, rook a5. Now white is able to double rooks on the a file, winning the a pawn is then only a matter of time. So, okay, and what about bishop to b7? Immediately. Now a4, very strong move. So, yeah, after before first mission complete, white has gained the c4 square for himself and avoided the eventual maneuver c4, knight a6, knight c5. Okay, queen d3, knight f6. Okay, and after e4, the central pawns grab space. So, okay, d6, queen to b3, queen to d7, knight to b2, knight b2 d2, a6, queen to d3. Now we can see the point of white's ninth move. He stole the tempo, putting black's queen on the d7, offering black an unpleasant endgame. Okay, queen c7, bishop f6. Maybe white can wait with this trade. A series of logical moves guarantee him a clear edge. For example, bishop e2, g6, knight c7, knight b2 d7, shot bishop h6, knight f2 d2, a5, f4. And I would dare to say that white has gained a dream position. So, what about a6? So, with this move, black decided to keep the tension on the queen side. But now we can see another purpose behind a4. Knight b to d2, queen to a5, c3. Sorry. Bishop b7, a4, a6. Yeah, queen to d3 again, of course. And okay, and c3. An important move in this variation, no matter which decision black made on queen side. Take. Queen f4. So, and after knight c6, it was seen in the game of Burmakin Auruch, 4, bishop b3, bishop e2. White had completed his development and has a really natural position, unlike black who has uncoordinated pieces and an uncastled king. So, now very important to cover queen d6 move. So, so we take and c3. And here, if black plays d6, this is a mistake. This move looks very logical, but if we look deeper into the position, we can see that the black queen is not safe on f6 and is far from the exposed pawns on the queen side, which become a target. A much better is queen b6 here. Okay, d6, e3, a6, knight b to d2, knight to d7, a4. Yeah, this is a typical problem for this setup, that this pawn, and in case of before, we saw this very fantastic square. So knight to e4, queen to g6, queen to d4. So very strong move. With this queen centralization, white keeps the knight in the center, which reduces many of black's possibilities. So white has a big positional advantage. And now, okay, a few words about the strongest continuation. Queen to b6. And now a4, g6. So, and now simple development. Short castle, d6, and then again a4, and after before queen c2, and white has a slightly better position because this square very good for this knight, so this bishop is restricted with this pawn. And okay, I think that this is a very unpleasant position for Benko Gambit fans. And okay, and